Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. It's time for some more gimmicks, I think. We shall go to the ladder. It is a new season to be jolly and silly. I'd like to do the charge deck today. I've made some modifications to the charge deck. I think it's significantly better than when I last used it. So, what's the charge deck all about? Well, you are a warrior, which means you have a lot of charge cards, more than any other class in the game, needless to say. Charge is not specific to the warrior, but it does have a lot of warrior-specific cards which have charge in them, like Corcoran Elite, for instance. Or, of course, the one and only Grommash Hellscream. Is that it? That's actually it, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. So strange when you think about it. Yeah, there's a couple of charge cards available there. You could probably do this with another class, actually. I don't think you'd do it as well, though, because Grommash is kind of the quintessential charge character with the +6 in rage. So, I think it makes sense as a warrior. Plus, here's the big thing. You got weapons. Lots and lots of weapons. And the idea of the charge deck is to rush down your opponent. So, usually, unless it's really, really dire, you do not want to be trading. You want to be hitting him. And you rely on your weapons to get rid of the minions. Get them out of the way. You got powerful stuff like the Arcanite Reaper, of course, Gorehull, which pretty much cuts through anything. And then you hit him with everything you got. I have every charging minion that's available in the game right now that is not class-specific. So, everything, including Southsea Deckhand, which, of course, only procs charge on Fiery War Axe. I did not put Warsong Commander in here, because, well, there's nothing to benefit from it, really. And I did not put charge in, because, again, nothing to really benefit from it. And as a card, without that, it's kind of terrible. I did put a couple of shield blocks in. You need that endurance. You need to be able to out-survive your opponent. And you also need to be able to take hits to the face, which you will take, because there's no taunt whatsoever. You need a bit of card draw as well. And here's the nice little trick of this deck, is the double commanding shout. And usually this is not an incredible card, but in a charge deck, it's quite nice, because most of the charge minions actually have very low health, meaning that Commanding Shout is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. If your minion's already 1 health, then you're not reducing it down to anything, are you? It's also a bit of card draw, so there's 4 cards in this deck that will provide card draw of some description. Everything else, monstrously chargeable, indeed. I don't think there's any other way of getting more charge in this deck than I currently have, so let's see how it does on the ladder, shall we? I have a number of interesting gimmick decks that I'd love to try on the ladder. Now, they've put a new system in, whereby, depending on what rank you got last season, you get a bunch of bonus stars, which actually rank you up automatically to some degree. So, I ranked up to, I think, just messing around with random gimmick decks, up to rank 15 last season. So, it gave me 10 bonus stars and put me at 20. So, we'll see where it goes. Man, we're going to fight a rank 18 Hunter then. Okay, let's see how this goes then. Alright, I like going up against Hunters initially, because they don't have a way of killing off my 1 health minions very early on with a hero power, like a mage. The mages are very annoying. Paladins are also kind of annoying to deal with this deck as well, because they spawn a lot of tokens, which can more often than not just be traded for your minions, which is not really what you want. Alright, well, there's no real viable 1-drops with this deck. You can put down the Southsea Deckhand, but he won't get his charge, so it's not ideal. Don't really like the Arcane Golem early on for obvious reasons. Giving your opponent a Mana Crystal can be fairly unpleasant. Got a Sun Fury Protector coming out here, which is a nice start for him. So we're going to start rushing him down, and we are not going to use the conventional wisdom of trade. In this case, we can't trade anyway, so we're just gonna go for it. And the hope is that we can kill him before he kills us. And this deck has a lot of burst potential in it because of the amount of charge going on. I suspected that that might be an explosive trap, but no, evidently not. Okay. What could that be? Well, a snipe at this stage? Probably. Yeah, which is actually going to suck, because snipe very much is going to screw over everything I have. So I think we're just going to toss out the shield block. And that gets us an axe, which is nice. I just prefer not to throw out my bluegill right now and eat the snipe with it. I prefer to be able to throw it out first when I have something else that I can do as well, so that I can really make something work. Alright, so he doesn't really have any options here either. Okay. I say, almost convinced that that is a snipe. Let's pull out the Fiery War Axe. And then we can just clear the board now. And it is not a snipe, it's actually a snake trap. Okay. Good to know. That puts 3 1/1 minions on the board, which is kind of annoying considering my current setup. Because we're going to clearly lose a bluegill warrior here. We're going to do 2 damage. Work him a bit. Work him over. I want to hold on to the Arcane Golem for a little bit later. Don't want to give it to him too early, because that's a big, big tempo advantage early on in the game. So definitely prefer not to do that. So he will, of course, trade out his snake here. And I do have another swing of the axe, which I'm hoping to use on something better than a snake, if possible. But we will see. Another secret coming out. Okay. Didn't expect a snake trap, honestly. Did not expect a snake trap. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on now. If we play the Arcane Golem, well, 1, if that's a snipe, the Arcane Golem dies and he gets a mana crystal. 2, if it's an explosive trap, it dies. And 3, it dies because snakes. This sucks! Okay, we're going to armor up and we're just going to hold on for the time being. He doesn't have any damage out on the board either, so let's build some cards up and get into a better position. The tokens are a very effective way of shutting this deck down, because everything you can play early is very low health. So this is doing pretty well for him, and I'm going to be slightly behind in terms of health, but I'm not in the danger zone as of yet. An Arcanite Reaper, okay. This is potentially pretty good for hitting him in the face, and I probably will. He may have an ooze, he might be saving one, but it doesn't seem too likely. So first things first, we will... Okay, so if I... It's more likely that... Okay. So I'm thinking this will probably not trigger anything. Pretty sure there's nothing that would trigger off a hero attack. No, didn't think so. Okay. Well, we're just going to kind of beat him in the face right now for the time being. So I'm almost certain it's a snipe. The Argent Commander would be able to tank that snipe. So that might be a decent play. Oh, that's the thing that I hoped you wouldn't get. Well, he gets himself a Huffer, so he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to me. And he's actually rushing me down quicker than I'm rushing him down with my charge deck. Such is the sodding way of things, is it not? Okay, well, if that's a snipe, then the Stormwind Knight is a pretty good play here, because it can tank the snipe. It's not a snipe. Please don't tell me that's another snake trap. That would be very strange indeed. It's a freezing trap. Huh. Oh, that's a thing. Okay, I need to get rid of the Huffer, because the damage potential is a little bit too high here. So I'm going to toss out the Arcane Golem, and I'm going to attack with that. I'd rather have the weapon at this point, honestly. And I'd rather not hit the guy in the face with that. I'd rather hit him in the face instead. Alright, so that's him down to 18. I'm trying to put him in a situation where I can burst him down in one turn, which is possible, and I want to remove the... Oh, dear. Well, that's terrible. I'm gonna lose now, GG. It's just... No, seriously, GG. I mean, I'm done. A Ragnaros? Really? Yeah. Absolutely no answer to that at all. Yeah, I'm dead. I did not expect a Ragnaros to come out. I gotta be honest. Alright, whatever. Well, that happened. Let's try and not run into the guy with the Ragnaros this time. It's a weird situation. Hitting a snake trap so early on, very rare. Usually see it kind of as part of a combo. It's not a very commonly picked up card. So it was a bit strange to see that. And then I realized, well, actually these snakes shut down all of my charge creatures, so yeah. There are some unusual problems that this has. Alright, another hunter. Let's see if we run into more snake traps. Hopefully not. Not a really good start, is it? Okay, right, well at least we go second. That's nice. So we can toss all of those. We'll hold on to the Arcane Golem. Turn 2 Arcane Golem is... okay. We'll see if he plays something. If he plays something turn 1, I'll probably coin Axe. If he doesn't, then I'll just hold on. And then see what he comes up with. Giving him that early lead is never good. It's a powerful creature, don't get me wrong. It's 4-2 charge. It's pretty good for that budget, but giving them a mana crystal is... it's a hard concept. It's not something you generally want to do. Stuff to swallow. Alright then, what you got? Anything? Nothing? Something? Anything? Apparently not. Alright. No, glue stick. I did not want you. I did not want to be friends with you, not after that. That was horrible. You ruined my video. Go away. I do not like you anymore. Okay, well, you've only got 1 mana, son, so the decision should not be too difficult for you. Anytime now. I'm sure you will. Alright, well, I could coin War Axe, but there's no reason to. It just makes you more vulnerable to being oozed, so why not? hold on, play it when he's got a minion out. You at least guaranteed damage with it, instead of him oozing your axe and then just laughing at the value he just got. River Crocolisk. Okay, definitely a Fiery War Axe here then. Not even a question about that. Pretty much the ideal scenario to be playing that. There we go. And down it goes. Good. Good start. Good start. We can go Bluegill Warrior next turn if we want. We could probably just go Arcane Golem and push it up. We'll see. It kind of depends on the sort of deck that he's playing. I mean, he already played a Beast. A Beast that you generally wouldn't pick up otherwise unless you're playing a Hunter deck. Which was very Beast-focused. Okay, we definitely can't play the Bluegill now because of this token. But we can play the Arcane Golem. So, we're going to smack that and play the Golem. There we go. And then we'll just go for the face. Make him work a little bit to take that down if he wants to. Okay, what's next play? Well, I've got no real turn 5 play. We could coin Bluegill Shield Block, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I could hold on to the coin for a turn 6 Gorehowl or a turn 5 Argent Commander. If he's pulling out a lot of creatures, it might be good to get the Gorehowl out earlier. If he pulls out something powerful as a result of me giving him a Mana Crystal, then the Argent Commander will deal with it quite nicely. Argent Commander is maybe one of the only cards where I'd actually trade with it because of the Divine Shield. Outside of that, you might as well just go for the face. Okay, let's see if he can deal with this 4-2 right now. If he can't, I get another 4 damage to the face, which is great. Okay. That's how it's going to be. Alright. It's mildly irritating, because I will have to trade the 4-1 into the 1-4 now. Which, I mean, who wants to get a trade out of a Silverback Patriarch? You don't want to let that happen. I don't think there's anything else that I could pull even on a shield block that would help me otherwise, so I think we're just going to have to get rid of it. I could pull the Leroy, which would kill that, but it would leave the 2 whelps on the board, which I can't deal with. And that would just kill the Leroy, which would be a waste of a Leroy, frankly. So I think we're going to have to sacrifice that Arcane Golem. And we will shield block, which gives us a Southsea Deckhand, which is not massively helpful right now, but we can play it. Yeah, so we trade that, just play the Southsea Deckhand. We don't get the charge out of it, but he doesn't have anything on the board, so it doesn't matter that much. At least I put some kind of presence on the board that he has to deal with. And now we've got the option of turn 5 Argent Commander, depending on what he plays, or we can hold on. We could coin Leroy and Bluegill. If I can maintain this 2-1 on the board, then that might not be an awful idea, because I could actually keep Leroy alive. But I would have to sack the Bluegill and the Southsea Deckhand for it. That's the nasty double-edged sword of Leroy in a deck like this, because you just don't have the ability to make anything happen with him without Leroy basically dying. He's a finishing move. That's all he is. You can't protect him. Okay, I think we will ignore that, and we will go for turn 6 Gorehowl. It's probably the best way to deal with it. We could just play another charge and go right at him. Yeah, I think we ignore it and just go for the face here. That seems like the way to go at this point. Armor up, and yeah, turn 6 Gorehowl, which just has enough to kill that off. And, I mean, that otherwise would just neuter this deck really badly. And then we've got Terminate Gromash. Wow, used it on me. That's unusual. Okay. Wouldn't have expected that, necessarily. Oh, he's going for my face. He's trying to rush me down. Okay, I don't think that's a very good idea. Alright. Let's get the Gorehowl out. There we go. And his 2/7 is going to explode. Nice and easy. Okay. Do we go for the face here? I want to get rid of that Starving Buzzard. So we're going to get rid of that, and then we'll go for the face for the rest of it. I can't leave that out. It'll give him too much draw. I currently have a card advantage. I don't want to give him more. It's clearly a beast deck. Pretty much everything we've seen out of him has been a beast up to this point. So what are the crucial components of beast decks? Well, you've got your Rhino, you've got your Starving Buzzard, and you've got your Hyena. So you need to eliminate those components to make sure he can't go crazy on you. And that's exactly what we're currently doing. Okay, so he's got yet more stuff on the board, which is nice for him. Annoying for me, nice for him. Do we keep attacking him? I think we do. This is, you know, the damage potential here is not actually that high. So that's nice. We could get the Stormwind Knight out. In fact, I think... yeah, but actually I get the Southsea Deckhand, which can then trade with that. I don't really want to trade, though. As I've said before, I want to kill this guy. But I think I've kind of have enough in the chamber to do that. So yeah, we need to just keep hitting him. Do we want to Argent Command to the face and South Sea Deckhand? I think so, yes. There we go. So we're just going to push him down here because we have a lot of stuff in the chamber. And I won't hit him. Should I hit him? Okay, so 6 off of that. So that would take him down to 8. Could I then kill him? Yeah, I have lethal if I do that. Alright, cool. Yeah, because Stormwind Knight plus Leroy would be lethal, assuming that he doesn't... Even if he does clear the board, that's lethal anyway. Alright, there we go. That was a fairly predictable response, that's fine. The only hope is he doesn't pull a taunt now. No taunt, no Houndmaster. Core Hound. Not getting you anywhere, Sonny. Alright, he's dead. There we go. So like I say, you can push them to the edge very fast with a deck like this. There we go. And there's the Leroy for the GG. It's strange, isn't it? In certain circumstances, you would think, oh, well, you better trade here, you better trade. But most of the time, no. It's actually better to go for the face, as long as you have enough high health and he doesn't have some crazy damage stuff on the board. Usually the only situation where you'd want to trade is if he has a really high damage minion. Or something that's kind of key to a combo that you need to disable before it triggers. Outside of that, punching them in the face is fairly effective. Just because you always know that's what if you at least have a couple of cards in your hand, you're going to get something that will help you hurt him. Something. Or that will help you last longer and draw another card. That's the wonderful thing. The only 2 utility cards in this deck also draw cards. So, it's pretty great. Alright, a Warlock. Okay. This can be very effective against a Warlock, because obviously this hero power doesn't do too well when he's on low HP. No, no, no. Okay, we'll hold on to the Golem, we'll toss the rest. The Golem's definitely playable. Not good. Double Commanding Shout is not helpful at all. You need that kind of mid-game, when you've got a couple of minions on the board, and then Commanding Shout is great. Using it on just one minion, not ideal. Again, you only really want to use these in trade situations. And ideally, you want to get more than one thing out of it. If you just use it on one minion, then you might as well not have wasted the mana. Yes, you get a card, but that's really about it. Okay, so he's building up cards. I'm building up cards. I don't like Coin Arcane Golem here, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need to start the train. This train is leaving the station. There we go. The problem is that gives him 4 mana, which means he can do something probably like drop a Twilight Drake on me. Which would be pretty bad. Or drain life, that works too. Okay. Well, I hit him in the face, and that was pretty much his entire turn, so that's not too bad. Oh, I've got nothing here, this is terrible. Got some really unlucky draws. At least he hasn't got anything on the field yet. But now he has 5 mana and a hand of 7 cards, so he could do an awful lot. Let's see what he comes up with. As your Drake. Good play. Good play. Alright. Where from here? Well, we could trade the Corcoran Elite out, but ultimately I have a health advantage, so there's no point. Go for the face. There we go. Going for the face. So he's kind of forced into a position where either he has to use a spell to get rid of it, or he trades his 4-4 into my 4-3, which is good. Usually you maybe don't want to do that so much. It's annoying because you know you've been punched in the face already, and then you have to trade a minion, and you know he came out ahead as a result. But in the case of something like an Azure Drake, that's not really true. Now he's going for the face because he has a Lord of the Arena. Okay, makes sense. But I do have an Arcanite Reaper, so that actually isn't too much of a problem. Do I want to use the Arcanite Reaper and take 6 damage? No, but I don't really have any other options outside of tossing out the Arcane Golem and a Commanding Shout, actually. But I have to use... No. I don't like it. I'll take the 6 to the face. Okay. There we go. So kill that. And there we go. Because that takes him down slightly lower health than me anyway. And I'm hoping to pull a couple of my shield blocks. Then we'll see what we can come up with. Okay. What do you got? Let's see. Faceless Manipulator. Alright. Okay. He's rushing me down. And he's doing it successfully. This sucks. Okay, well, let's see how much rushdown you really have. Shall we? I could break the commanding shout out here. If I wanted to. I could... No, I think we want to try and kill him first. I really do. I think we're going to go into full rush mode right now. The most effective rush I can pull off, which will be Arcane Golem and Bluegill Warrior. Yeah. There we go. And Bluegill Warrior, and then go for the face, go for the face. And can he do 14 damage to me in one turn? Because if not, he is probably dead unless he pulls a taunt. Let's see what he comes up with. Let's see what he comes up with. Anything? Nothing? Something? Maybe? Want to punch me? Want to attack me? Yes? No? Maybe? He's stressed. I don't blame him. I have several ways to kill him in my hand right now. Well, two. 2 ways to kill him. Sense demons. What on earth would you pull for that? You'd need, what, a Doom Guard? Or a charge. What's that charge minion? Oh, sorry, a Fell Guard. A Doom Guard wouldn't do the damage. That's only, what, 5? You need 6. And thankfully, most warlock spells don't target heroes. Shadow Flame. Okay. Sounds good in theory, but I think he's dead. Yup, he's dead. The Warlock made a fundamental mistake, ladies and gentlemen, and that was trying to out-rush down the ultimate rushdown deck. GG. And he is buried. To be fair, he was 1 turn from killing me. But you saw kind of the value, I suppose, of going for the face with a deck like this and not trading. Because if I'd actually traded, chances are I would have lost. He had a card advantage, I was giving him utility, he could have built his board up, and, well, that would have been that. Alright, let's do a little bit more, shall we? This is going alright, shockingly enough. You'd think that a deck like this wouldn't necessarily be viable, but I think it has its moments. It's just got so much burst. I think that a lot of players get a bit comfortable with a certain amount of health, and they think, okay, I'm safe, and they maybe just don't run enough taunts or something along those lines, and then they just get kind of murdered. Ah, warrior versus warrior, okay. I'm intrigued to see where this one's gonna go. Not a great opening hand, though. Probably toss all of it, actually, yeah. Against warriors, I'm pretty happy to have 1-drops, 2-drops. Did you just give me the same hand? You know, there are some times when I do absolutely feel like this game is taking the piss. And when you draw the exact same hand in a slightly different order, that's definitely one of them. What is the chance of that? Like, what's the probability? I'd have to do the mathematics on it, but it seems astronomical. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. But such is the way of randomness, folks. It's random. That doesn't necessarily mean an even distribution. No, that would in fact not be random at all. Okay, well, this sucks because we have no opener for the first couple of turns. Let's hope he doesn't either, and then we'll see where we can go from there. I imagine fighting a warrior with this deck could be a little tricky, simply because he's got armor. He's going to be able to soak up a lot more damage than someone else would be. He can rush down a mage. Rushing down one of these fellows, a little bit more difficult. Acolyte of Pain out, okay. Well, we can pretty much ignore that and play a Wolf Rider and go right for the face with it. And he'll probably use the 1-3 to kill the Wolf Rider. And that's going to be pretty good for him, because not only does he get rid of my Wolf Rider, but he also draws a card, giving him a card advantage. The problem with any other play, I could have delayed it, I could have gone Shield Block, I could have waited for Stormwind Knight. Oh, jeez, well, is he... That's a surprise. I would have traded the 1-3 for that. Because now there might not even be a way of him getting that out. But, okay, whatever. Alright, Corcoran Elite. Well, he does have a Fiery War Axe. And that's actually fine. Because he will take 8 damage. Which is what we're looking for here. Hit him. Hit him hard. In this case, if he's taking out high damage minions with a Fiery War Axe, then he's taking more damage. Which means that I'm getting closer to my goal. Oh, that's evil. That is an evil combo. Wow. Well, he gets 2 cards and he kills my 4-3 off. That sucks. That I've got to kind of commend him for that because it was flagrantly evil. Okay. Alright, well, the beatdown begins. We can probably just pull the Arcanite Reaper and just go for the face, I think, from this point. And hope to... Well, I won't kill him before he kills me at that point. But I think we can... Unless he pulls an ooze out here, we can make this really unpleasant for him. So we can get him down to like 10, and then we can think of ways to kill him. And it just becomes a race at that point. And it really comes down to whether or not he realizes what I'm doing and what my deck is. Because he saw, what? 2 charged creatures and a weapon. So he doesn't really know necessarily what it is yet. Oh, yep, he's going rush down as well. Okay. So is he going to beat me in the race? Right now, he will. I've got to get something else on the field. I may have to get rid of that 5-3. I think we drop the Argent Commander at this point. We get rid of his 5-3, which gets rid of a lot of his damage. And then we hit him in the face again. Because I think I lose the race otherwise. Actually, do I? Let's see. So, 7, I'm going to do 9. I think we can risk not doing that. Let's not trade. Let's just race. Let's race. Let's see who's got the most. Okay, so he's on 8 now. Do I have the means to kill him next turn? I think the mistake that I just made was not having that means. If I pull a... Even if I pull a Gorehowl next turn, I don't have the mana. Okay, he's slamming that, which gets him a card. That's pretty good. So he then trades the 2-2 into it. Alright. It's slowing him down, though. He's down to 8. I definitely need to pull some higher damage charge creature than this, though. If I had 1 more mana, I'd be able to pull a Gorehowl, then Southsea, and then he's dead. But I don't. Thankfully, I just pulled a Reckless Rocketeer. He did just armor up with a shield block, though, so I may have to do a similar thing. And probably play my Stormwind Knight, but that doesn't trade well with the Bloodsail Raider. Yep, I think I may have made a key mistake here. Do I want to try and kill off the 5-3? Do I want to drop something as high damage as that to do that, now that he's slowed... It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think we have to. I think we can't leave that 5-3 there. He has an armor advantage on me. Not by much, though. Not by much. Do I want to keep the pressure on? Do I want to trade? Or do I want to keep the pressure on? Screw it. Keep the pressure on. Let's man mode this. Let's man mode it. He has a slight lead. Did you just kill me? Guess we're about to find out. Did I make the mistake? Oh, he pulls a Gorehowl! Oh, no! Ah, should have killed the 5-3. That's the coin flip that you make. Oh, dear. Should have killed the 5-3. Ah. Yep, so I made the mistake of trying to race him, and it was certainly a mistake. I should have killed that 5-3 earlier with the 4-2. Should have killed it with the Argent Commander. That would have slowed his damage down. I think I could have taken the risk if I had a Gorehowl of my own and said, okay, right, I have the burst right here, or I had a Leroy, for instance. That would have done it, especially considering its low mana cost. That would have probably done the trick, but I made the mistake of doing it without the means in hand to kill. So I learned from that. I flipped a coin, and it's not like just flipped a coin. It's I flipped several coins and bet on 3 heads, which is obviously statistically unlikely. So that was terrible. All right, Paladin. Let's see where we get from here. Okay, this is a terrible hand. You don't want Leroy early with this deck. It sounds nice, but the problem is you give him board control with that Leroy. You need that Leroy as a finisher when those 2 whelps don't matter. This is an even worse hand, though. So, all right. Well, we'll see what we can pull up. Generally, on turn 1, you can't do anything with this deck. The only thing you can do is drop a Southsea deckhand and hope it doesn't get killed by something. It's not ideal. Turn 2 is where things really start to get going. You can drop a boar as well, but as we've seen, the boar is, for the most part, useless. The only nice thing about the boar is you can play it in response to a 2-1 drop, and then just kill it off, and then you kind of trade up. But outside of that, that's about it. You only barely trade up as well, because it still costs 1 mana. Alright, so I have a turn 2 option. I can play Bluegill Warrior. And let's see what he decides to do. He probably will not coin into a token, but he might coin into... If he coins into a 3-2, I'm pretty happy throwing my Bluegill Warrior at it. A secret. Well, that is most likely going to be Noble Sacrifice. I do need to get rid of it. So I'm going to do that right now. And if it's not Noble Sacrifice, I get 2 damage. Yeah, of course it's Noble Sacrifice. There we go. Very, very common. You generally won't see any other secrets played on turn 1 because it doesn't make any sense. It's really statistically stupid. Not to mention that it's also strategically stupid to play any other paladin secret. Eye for an eye early is terrible. Redemption, terrible. Humility, or whatever the hell the name of that thing is. Yeah, none of those are useful early game. They're useful later. Okay, so we just armor up and ignore this. That means we get the Stormwind Knight, which is like... It's one of the only creatures that I'm happy using as a trader because it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it has a lot of health, and it has charge, which is unusual. Pretty much every other charged creature in the game, at least neutrals, don't have that setup. So Stormwind Knight is to be used in this deck to knock out tokens, it's to knock out small creatures, and it can trade 2, maybe even 3 for 1 for that, and then you can toss out things like Corcoran Elites to actually do the damage. But would tossing out Corcoran Elite make any sense here? No. Oh, Sword of Justice. Wow, that's actually going to be pretty unpleasant. Not only can he hit people with it, which sucks. I definitely don't want to play Leroy Jenkins now, because you get a bunch of 2/2 whelps there, so that would be a bad idea. We could go Corcoran here and start to do damage. I would rather... I don't know. Yeah, I want Stormwind Knight on the field so I can start clearing out tokens, because if he starts popping out 2/2 reinforcers, then I need something that can handle that, and the Stormwind Knight will. So that'll give me a bit more security to go forward to hit him in the face. I don't like going to turn 4 without doing any damage with this deck. That doesn't seem so good. You're almost in this control position, which is never where you want to be in a charge deck, because you're not trading up most of the time. Charge is a very expensive part of the card budget. So most of the time, charge is going to make your creature significantly weaker. Think about it, with the Corcoran Elite, which is a warrior-specific card, which generally means, you know, very, very well statted for what it does. It's 2 health less than a Yeti. So consider that for a second. It's pretty harsh. Okay, out comes the 2/2, which is pretty good. That means I can knock it over with my 2/4, and I can attack with my Corcoran Elite. So that is exactly what we're going to do here. Start to apply that pressure. Make sure he can't really get anything going. If I can take out one more 2/2 Initiate with this, then that'll be amazing. I think it's already done its job. It's kept the board clear. That's its job. It's kind of a... It's a defender. It's a sweeper. I don't have any taunts in this deck, so... It knocks out early plays. But I think he's going to be forced to play something harder than that. He can't keep playing tokens. I think he realizes that. Next turn, I can drop another Corcoran Elite if need be, and then that's 8 damage. His current weapon is no good for what he's doing either. He may even be considering swapping it out for a True Silver Champion. Coin coming out, though. What's he going to drop? Is this going to be an Ogre? Avenging Wrath. Okay. He really wants to clear my board, and he might. Oh, that was unlucky. That was pretty bad for him. He was probably going to take one creature out, but he just burned an Avenging Wrath to do a little bit of damage to me, so he is in a lot of trouble now. Okay, now we basically throw everything we've got at him. So, Corcoran Elite and Bluegill were kind of risking a Consecrate here, but that is also 10 damage, which puts me in a great position because I'm sitting still on Gromash and Reckless Rocketeer, so... and Leroy, of course. So I have in my hand the means to kill him, unless he starts throwing out things like Holy Light, or, of course, Lay on Hands. And with his current weapon, he doesn't, he can't get anything going with it. Sword of Justice is not going to help him much here. He can kill my 2/1 off, absolutely. Or he could throw down a Consecrate and then kill off one of my Corcorans, but that still leaves the other Corcoran up. And that pretty much burns his mana. He doesn't have much of a play after that. At which point, I then drop a Reckless Rocketeer on him and hit him again. So, we're in the pummeling phase right now. Argent Commander coming out. Okay, that's going to be a good trade for him. So, he will knock out one of my creatures with that, which is a little annoying. It also takes it up to a 3, which is great, because I can't actually do anything with my 2/1 now. Kind of annoying. His shield's down, though, so I think we just keep attacking at this point. Just keep... Oh, well, the answer just came out, actually. So, we don't need to keep attacking him. Do I want to... I mean, I could burn 2 charges of his sword. What do I want to do here? I could just go Shield Block Fiery War Axe. What happens if I keep attacking him? So what have I got, budget-wise? I could go Leroy Jenkins Shield Block. I go Leroy Jenkins Fiery War Axe. Do I have lethal if I do either of those things? I think I... Do I? 10... 1 away. I'll take 1 away. That works. We're going full on. Okay, Leroy's coming out. Fiery War Axe is coming out, and we are going directly for the face. Burn 2 charges of that. Everything we've got, just all in on him. That's going to take him down to 1. That burst half his health in 1 turn. There we go. And we still have Gormash and Reckless Rocketeer, so unless he pulls a Taunt, he's dead. Or unless he pulls a Lay on Hands or a Holy Light. As I said, he never got his pace going, and unless you have full board control, this deck is hard to deal with. Taunt handles it very well. AoE board clear like that handles it pretty well. But unless you play a Taunt right now, you're dead. Oh, Holy Light, okay. He's still dead. I have Reckless Rocketeer, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's GG. Unless he drops like a... I don't know, a Gold Shard Footman right now. No, he's dead. Reckless Rocketeer. And there's the kill. There we go. Sweet. Yeah. It's really strange because I think in most other decks, you would immediately be saying, I've got to kill off that 5-3. And oh, I have high health and I pulled a Fiery War Axe to kill an Argent Commander. That's brilliant. His shield's down. He took a charge of the buff. It's a net win. But with this deck, no. Most of the time, if you think you need to do damage, you probably do. But there are some situations where it's a bad idea. As we saw earlier, when I tried to race the warrior. Or if a class, say, has a lot of area of effect board clear, for instance. Playing against a mage, coming up on turn 7. Drop everything you got. Oh, it's going to get flame striked, and then they take control of the game back. And if you don't have anything in your hand that's kind of your follow-up, then you're dead. So, oh, cool. We get to start with a South Sea deckhand. That's not too bad. I'll keep the shield block, because again, it's card draw if I need it. And a Stormwind Knight. Okay. I'm fairly happy with that. I prefer Fiery War Axe, probably, or even just a Murloc, but whatever works. South Sea deckhand is out. So, that puts something on the board. And there were definitely some situations against against a Warlock where you'll want a 2-1, because he's going to be dropping Flame Imps. He's going to be dropping Void Walkers, which actually don't trade with 2-1s. It's kind of annoying. Alright, well, we can't do much here. So, probably want to attack him, and the justification for that being if he gets Mortal Coil, then he'll have the ability to gain a card from me as well, so I don't like that. We're just going to attack right into him. Well, this is an annoying start, because that early taunt is going to shut down a lot of what I can do, and then he's going to start to put things behind it, which are going to become annoying. We're most likely going to have to wait for Stormwind Knight to do anything here. That's fine. We can throw out the shield block, which will get us the card, and then we'll throw out Stormwind Knight next turn, which will knock out that and probably kill his 3-2 as well. And then we can start to get pace going. But early taunts shut this down. Well, never mind. Okay, we're not getting pace going anytime soon then, by the looks of it. All right. Oh, that's infuriating. Both of his Void Walkers very early. Okay, well, out comes the Stormwind Knight. We will use that to knock out the 1-1, of course. There we go. He might decide to trade his 3-2 into it, maybe. But if I was him, I'd probably drop some little minions and try to get knives, and because he knows that the 1-3 isn't going to die this turn. So I would definitely drop minions behind this. Or drain life. Which well, don't know about that. That was a lot of cards, but he did Mortal Coil at the end, so okay. Alright, so this 1-1 is a bit of a problem. I can Corcoran into it. I could end up getting knifed multiple times, but better that than Arcanite Reaper. Okay. So, in theory, that gets through both of these. He'll probably throw his 3-2 at me. Unless he's got 2 minions, in which case he might get lucky with the knives, and then I'll cry. But this is not a good start. I haven't done any damage. It's turn 5. Oh, he has more nukes. Okay. Well, that's terrible. Alright, we're just trading card for card at the moment, but in my opinion, my cards are more important. So, if I'm losing cards like this, this is not good. We might even have to break out the Reaper just to kill the 3-3 off, which is not where I want to be. Do I want to toss out an Arcane Golem? He's burnt a lot of removal. We could do that, or we could just go full-on Reckless Rocketeer. They're both pretty vulnerable to getting killed by the Knife Juggler, which is concerning to me. Do I want to give him Arcane Golem now? I think it's kind of at the stage of the game where it doesn't matter, but do I have a follow-up? I could go Arcane Golem, Commanding Shout into the Knife Juggler, and then start to apply pressure. It's a bit of a waste of a Commanding Shout, in my opinion. I think this Knife Juggler is going to be a problem, though, honestly. I think we just Rocketeer. I don't think I have a better use for the mana at this point. I've got another Rocketeer in the hand. My apologies. Had a brief recording error there. This is not good. I think we have to pull the Gore Howl out here, but This is going to slow me down so much. So he traded the Knife Juggler into the Reckless Rocketeer. We could just ignore it and try to race from this point. We might have to. So I could pull out another Rocketeer, which will then die to Ken. It doesn't even trade well because he just got buffed by the Blood Imp. Do we have enough in the hand to kill without dying first? I think we do. So we are going to continue the pressure here. There we go. We are continuing the pressure. We're going right in on it. Let's keep hitting them. Keep hitting them.
I have no time for games.
Sylvanas. Ooh, okay. So now he's going to get rid of that. So he's down to 18. Do I have the damage in hand to kill him before he kills me? He's got 9 damage on the board. I have a slight health lead. I can throw Arcanite Reaper and Arcane Golem at him right now. And I will. Alright. So we're going to hit him for 9. And then we're going to pull the Gore Howls. And hopefully kill him. Yeah. I can take him down to 4 with the Arcanite Reaper. I've got 24 health. If he plays a Taunt, which he doesn't. Oh, Molten Giant. Wow, he is up the stakes now. I pretty much have to kill him this turn, and I currently don't have in hand what I need, but it's likely that I'll pull what I need. Is he going to race me? Probably not. Ugh. Alright. No! I'm dead. GG. Oh, I can't believe that. Wow. Double Molten Giant Taunt. Are you... Oh, you asshole. GG. I had ya. I bloody had ya. God damn it. Double Molten Giant Sun Fury. Yeah. I had him. He was stone cold. Oh. Well, that's just painful. Painful. I don't believe he pulled that out. Good lord. Well. Okay. What a turn of events that was. Alright, toss the shield block, keep the Wolf Rider going for an immediate deckhand as the opening play, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. I am pretty salty about that. I did not expect the double Molten Giant. Not at all. Oh, 2 Molten Giants. That's not reasonable. No. No, not at all. Ouch. A lot of ouch there. Yeah. Oh, well. Okay, Arcane Shot on the 2-1. It's kind of annoying that I didn't get to do any damage, but it's 1-for-1 trade, so... It's best that he does that now, because that kind of stuff could hurt me badly later. Arcane Shot's enough to kill most of my charge creatures. So we will go for a turn 3 Wolf Rider. I prefer that over a turn 3 Golem. Unless he plays a 1-1, in which case, which he's certainly not. So yeah, absolutely the Wolf Rider. The Golem obviously gives him tempo, which is not what we want right now. We'll keep the Axe for later. I don't mind losing my 3-1 to that 3-2, because I've done damage, which is the aim of this. Don't trade, do damage, force him to make the trades. He may have an answer, possibly. Coin coming out. What's he got? We're going to see something like a Yeti. Houndmaster. Ouch. Okay. That's bad. Oh, now he's going for the same thing. And rightfully so. That's unfortunately now 5-4, which is just outside of my range to kill. I don't have any buffing creatures in here, so that's not going to help too much. Okay, that was the end of your turn. You want to click that button? No, probably not. Okay. Taunts do shut this deck down pretty badly. No doubt about that. I imagine he's got a couple more. He's, based on what he's played so far, probably got an animal companion or 2 in that deck. It'd be kind of silly if he didn't. You wanna click the button? He's probably forgotten to click the button, has he? Oh, well, most likely I have to Arcane Golem right into it. That seems like the only way. That will kill it. I'll lose my Arcane Golem, but that buff goes, and then the 3-1 attacks again. Leaves the 4-3 available there, which will most likely be forced to trade with the 3-1, which he doesn't really want. Like, any other way that I do it just slows me down too much. Playing the Fiery War Axe doesn't help. I take 5 damage to the face, which in a damage race is not what you want. And even then, it doesn't outright kill it anyway. He fell asleep at the wheel, apparently. Okay, right. It will be the Arcane Golem. Yep, definitely have no other option. Not one that's good anyway, so there we go. And that's dead. And then we hit the face, and here we go. Has this fellow gone AFK? It is possible. That would be bad news for him. Although, bad news for us as viewers as well. Thankfully, after one turn fully AFK, it speeds the turns up to 15 seconds till he comes back. But that would kind of ruin the game. I see no movement on his end, good lord. Yeah. I hate that. Especially if I win a game like that, it's definitely not satisfying. Like, oh, he missed the turn. Okay, well, I mean, you might as well just die at that point. Missing a turn is horrible for you. Which sucks. Oh, is this where we're going to be? Are we really going to be here? Oh. That's disappointing. That it really is. Anytime. Well, I guess we just unload on him at this point, just to finish him off as quickly as possible. Probably Wolf Rider, Fiery War Axe. Next turn. Kill his 4-3 off. Attack him for 6. It does, but not quick enough, unfortunately. Oh, how sad. Other possibility would be Commanding Shout, but... All there's that. Well, let's get a proper win to end the video, because that definitely was not a proper win. I did not deserve that. Not at all. Alright. One more. Let's see where this goes. Tempted. What do you have? Alright. Who are we getting? Warrior. Alright. Let's try it again and not mess it up this time. Terrible opening hand. Absolutely awful. Yep, so we toss 3 of those, keep the knight for turn 4, and then see if we get something earlier than that. Yeah. Much better. Alright, do we want to coin War Axe? Yes. After him playing that, we absolutely do, because it shuts down anything else otherwise. So we need to coin War Axe and kill that off. We will take damage, which can suck, obviously, but whatever. That needs to be gone, because it will kill my Wolf Rider when I play it. So I need that gone. If he plays another one, I can armor up and I can hit it again. We don't really have too many choices here. Let's see, we might get a bluegill on the draw. Oh, he's bringing his own axe out. Okay. Is he going to hit me with it? I'm getting a smell of a rushdown deck here, you know? I really am. It might be. I have no plays here. None. So do I want to hit him in the face? I don't really know. I don't think so. Let's hang on to it. If he might... Oh, upgrade. Oh, that's really nasty. Good lord. Ow, ow, ow. I don't like that. Not at all. I think we'll even trade a creature here, actually, because screw letting that thing live. That's going to get Wolf Rided, and then I'm going to hit him in the face. He is clearly ahead at this point. I wonder if this is a rushdown deck. Like, going for the face multiple times for Fiery War Axe? Possibly. Or he may have just said, you know what, I know I'll have a charge left because I have Upgrade in my hand, so I'll do that. We can at least play Stormwind Knight next turn, which will slow him down a little bit, and then we'll try to get momentum back. I wonder if I have more rushdown than he does. Is he going to go for my face again with that 4-1? He is. Alright. So I'm down at 17. Okay. Well, on the plus side, I have a card advantage. So let's try and make the most of it. We're going to open up with Kor'kron Elite, I think, for maximum damage. Like the best thing I could play for 4 mana at this point when he has no board presence. If he plays something that doesn't have charge, Stormwind Knight can come and clear it up. If he doesn't, and I've got Bluegill Warrior, if necessary, I can go Commanding Shout, but we'll see what he comes up with here. An Arcanite Reaper. Is he going to go for the face? Oh, he doesn't have to go with the face. That is a sneaky little maneuver. Oh, he's going to kill it anyway. Okay, that's actually fine. I'm a bit surprised he did that. Okay, we may have to throw an Arcane Golem at this. And we can Commanding Shout if necessary. And I like that idea, because if he's got an Arcanite Reaper and he wants to hit that, then great. by all means. That also gets us a card. So we'll do that. And that gets that out of the way. Leaves us with a 4-1. If he wants to take that out with his Arcanite Reaper, he's more than welcome to, because that gets his health low. So let's see what he comes up with. Warsong Commander. He's just going to trade a creature into it, I suppose. Leponome. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. So he'll just... Oh, he's going to Cruel Taskmaster it? Ooh. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Cruel Taskmaster might have been better on something else. But whatever the case, he's actually going to win now. I've been outrushed. This is terrible. I can't believe it. Yep, he doesn't have lethal next turn. I can try and clean it up a little bit. In fact, I can. Stormwind Knight will kill that. I can't kill his Warsong Commander, though. Not without significant investment. If I had one more mana, I could use the Stone Tusk Boar. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't think there's a way out of it, though. I think the best play is probably Stone Tusk Boar, Bluegill Warrior, Shield Block, and just try and get control back of the game. I need to get rid of his charging ability, though, because I will instantly lose if I don't. I probably should have played Shield Block first to see what it was going to get. Wouldn't have helped anyway. Okay. So we need to knock that out immediately. We're still going to take heavy damage, but if we ignore that, then that's cool. Let's see what he gets. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Gore Howl. He's armoring up. And he is playing In a Rage. Yep, he wants me dead, and I don't blame him. Okay. So that's going to take me down to 7. Arcanite Reaper comes out. Not really what I want here. I can't outrush him. I need control back, so I'm going to have to play Stormwind Knight, but I can only play one charge creature right now, which is just awful. So we armor up. We take his 4-1 out. There we go. The music stopped. Does anyone notice that? Why is the music stopped? Any particular reason? Nope. Okay. That's weird. All right. Fair enough. I guess we're having no music for the moment. Plays another Warsong Commander, which he's going right for the face. I don't know if I'd done that. I would have traded maybe the 2-1 in there, but... Okay, can we gain control back? We kind of can. I need to get rid of this stuff. I need 2 drops on the board, though. Playing Arcane Golem right now is a good bet. I can clear his board, but I will also lose my board. But I can get an Arcanite Reaper out of it. So, this is clearly the way to go. So I give him that mana. That doesn't really matter. Basically, at this point, I'm hoping he doesn't pull a Gore Howl, because otherwise I will die. So we trade the 2-1 into that, and we get rid of this, because we cannot leave that out. That will take me down to 5 health. Don't pull an Arcanite Reaper, or anything that does 5 damage. What do you got? No Arcanite Reaper, please. No Arcanite Reaper. Armani Berserker. Okay, that's not going to kill me yet, so I'm okay with that. Can we rush him down? I need shield block, really, right now. South Sea Deckhand is not quite enough to kill that. Otherwise, that would be wonderful. Do we go into full-on rush mode from here? I think so. He's got 22 health. I have 5. I can go up to 7. If he pulls anything that allows him to enrage that Armani Berserker, it's GG, unless I armor up. Mana-wise, I can drop Reckless Rocketeer, South Sea Deckhand, and Armor. So, I think that seems like the way to go here. I'm pretty sure that's the correct course of action. Armor up to 7 so that an enraged Armani won't kill me. Oh, no. I'm an idiot. Ah, misplay. I should have attacked first before I attacked with the bloody axe. I forgot. As soon as you do that, once you don't have your weapon equipped, you lose charge on South Sea Deckhand, which sucks. Oh, I'm dead? No? No? Close to dead. Now he's up to 14. I don't think I live through this. No, I can. I can live through this. Okay, so Ulmurkai into the 5-1, Stormwind Knight into the 4-2. And armor. But I am also going down to minimal here, so this is tense. Okay, gotta do this right. So 2-5 goes into the 4-2. There we go. Because that stays alive through that, and then we trade that out for that. Leaves us with a 2-1 on the board. And I have 9 health, so I'm above pretty much what any weapon can do. And I have Reckless Rocketeer. Ooh, nice use the Cruel Taskmaster. We like that. Well, we don't like that. That's terrible. I hoped you hadn't pulled that. Okay. I think Gore Howl and attack. And then try and... Or do we pull... It's better to use Gorehowl now, because if I keep it till later, that leaves me with only 3 mana to play with. And I'm pretty sure I have Corkrons left in my deck. So we play the Gorehowl now, we armor, and we full-on attack to the face with it to burn the Gorehowl immediately, taking him down to 9, which he'll then armor back up to 11. So that actually puts us pretty equal. He only has 2 damage on the board right now. Let's see if he can get any more. Reckless Rocketeer stays in the hand, meaning it's more likely that the next thing I will get, I can actually play on the same turn. So he's going to armor up. What's he got? Does he have anything he can use? Doesn't look like it. He's going for the face. Okay. Alright, so it's 9 versus 11. Grommash. That's pretty good. So Grommash and armor up. We go for the 2-2 here because we're looking for the Enrage, because that's basically lethal next turn. So the question is, does he have what he needs in his hand to kill me? He needs to do 11 damage with 2 cards. Dread Corsair coming out for taunt. Okay, that's going to slow me down a little bit. Alright, so he's just playing for time. Alright, and that is lethal. Yes! Reckless Rocketeer. Yep, Leroy. GG. Talk about tense. Nice. Oh, what a cool way to end that video. That's pretty awesome. That was stressful, and I could do without that in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been TotalBiscuit. You've been watching some Lord of the Gimmicks. If you want some more charge, let me know. I'll see you next time.